Hi, I'm Rafi. I'm at the Scan AI booth at GTC 24, and I'm joined by Jonathan Lloyd from CGHero. How's it going?
Good, yeah.
Tell us about CGHero. It's super exciting as a platform, but for the viewers, it'd be great to know who it's for and how best to get access to it.
Yeah, so CGHero is a platform with 6,000 artists and developers, 200 studios. You can go to cghero.com and access on that side. We're changing the name this year to Hero Inc. as well, and that's to represent all of the different talent that we have on the platform. The platform's a collaborative system, so you come in, you find the team that you need to build various production. We have Omniverse artists on there, representing all different skill sets. So we've got 900 different skills on there, everything from 3D art all the way to the development side as well. Hence the name change from CG Hero, which has always been CG, to Hero.
Nice.
So representing all the skill sets.
Oh, fantastic. So what inspired you to create such a platform? Where did you find the need? How did you recognize that there was a gap for you to fill?
So I've been in the industry 18 years, seen a lot of change in terms of collaboration with different productions. Very hard to access artists around the world. So this was the challenge. How do you access a distributed network of people to be able to do the work? Traditionally, you would do that by outsourcing, but there was no way to do that in a platform sense. So it's building a platform around that where you can access those people. Early days gig economy, so very similar to that. But as we grew, we needed the idea of producing entire projects on the platform. So this is entire games, film, other production, and bringing people together from around the world. So the platform then grew. We represent 100 countries.
Fantastic.
So you've got a diversity of content and people in different places to deliver on that. So the platform really, so over those years, why that then came about was to make it easier then to collaborate in the cloud. And then with NVIDIA and everything we're doing there, we're an exception partner, is to make it easier to do that and work collaboratively cloud-based as opposed to traditional being at your desk on that side. So bringing those people together.
Well, that's obviously where it's all headed. Now, collaboration in general is nothing new, and the need to collaborate across geographical boundaries. And we've had, tools like Zoom and cloud-based email and diary sharing and scheduling stuff. But that's a very different thing to CG production
very
or
different
graphical production. So what are some of the technologies that were announced this week, or maybe have reached a new standard this week that has got you excited about what it means for CGHero?
The USD pipelines are a big change for the industry. That's going to vastly simplify things, going to make things a lot easier.
I use USD all the time in the production of my show, so I totally hear what you're saying.
Absolutely, and doing that cloud-based as well, bringing that together, bringing people together around different production, file management in the cloud, being able to do that now with Omniverse is a lot simpler. Before, it would take a lot of time. You'd have to, especially creative production, you're downloading a lot of assets. You're typically building Unreal Engine, Unity, other things, and it's quite challenging. Then bringing clients into the mix or stakeholders into that is more challenging again. So having a system like ours that we're building allows clients to come into that production at the same time as people working real time through the platform.
And that's it, isn't it? It's that real-time feedback loop that's such a game changer with these underlying technologies.
Absolutely,
especially with the fidelity that the cloud APIs now allow for RTX streaming in high quality. And if you can get photorealistic RTX streaming, then it means stylized stuff should be just as easy to, and if not easier to deliver. Now, you mentioned on your platform you've got artists and you've got companies. So what are the sort of common trends you see when people go into your platform looking for resource? Is it a 50-50 split between I need a company that just sort of a one-stop shop, or do people add individuals and build their own team? What are some of the common trends?
They can do both. So really we saw there's been a lot of challenges in games. We know that. There's been a lot of layoffs. There's been large companies built. But work is cyclical. Production work is cyclical. You don't need everyone all the time. So through obviously what's happened with COVID, more investment in on that side, that sort of propped up people working in that way of being in production and driving that forwards on the cost side, not worrying too much about your headcount and worrying on those sides. But it's cyclical, so you don't need everyone all the time. So What we're seeing in the industry now is the studios on our platform are work-for-hire, co-development studios, and things that they're bringing together teams of people through our platform as well, so they're able to do that. So they can spin up and down on demand.
Yeah.
But you still need to have a studio in place. The management, production, art direction, creative, still is good to have as a hub today.
Yeah.
And then bringing people around that core.
Yeah.
And you see this in film and TV, that's happened for a while. You've got those core teams, but you're bringing a distributed network of different people around that production.
Right.
So requests generally go in, if they're large, they'll go to the studios in turn will go to then the extended network to bring those teams around them. So it's a great ecosystem. You need a mix. You need a mix of different talent.
Yeah,
contractually as well, it's good to work with studios. If you're looking at a small project, it's probably easier to do with a few people that you bring together.
Yeah.
But people, if they're knowledgeable, could bring together individual team members from around the world onto their production, so they can pick and choose what they need specifically for that production if they wanted to. But the studios are amazing on there. We typically send the larger stuff to them, and then they can distribute that to the various teams.
Well, that's fantastic. So your platform is really founded on deep knowledge of what studios and enterprise customers need in their productions and their projects, but you are supporting it and moving it forward with the kind of accelerated computing and the cloud-based real-time technology that NVIDIA have been pioneering. That's great. So it's a really forward-facing company. And those technologies that NVIDIA has kind of rolled out this week and advanced are kind of the thing that Scan, for example, are specialists in the UK. You know, they provide those technologies, whether it's local compute systems or cloud-based solutions, or even AI mixed in with cloud. Those sorts of solutions are what kind of drive the people that are on your platform, right? The artists, the technicians, the producers, and even the studios that are on your platform.
Yeah, cloud-based on that side is big. Having access, and we've got people in 100 different countries. So access to hardware can be quite challenging, so that going cloud-based is going to support more creative all around the world, which is brilliant. And obviously hardware providers and things like that, implementing the new technology from NVIDIA is fantastic. AI is going to help us with this as well. There's a lot of things that are happening today that we're seeing that I see as tools to help accelerate production. But of course, that's still quite intensive, needs cloud-based architecture. There's other things that are needed around that. But if we can provide access to that for the world, we can get higher fidelity work out. We can do a lot more with that technology. And that's why I'm excited about that as well. I know people get nervous about AI in the industry, but everything I've seen is enabling people to be more creative, to drive more work. I'm actually really impressed with everything that's happened in this past year. It's fantastic for creatives and supporting them as well. It's fantastic.
Absolutely, and all those technologies you just mentioned, you know, if you're interested in that stuff and you want to speak to experts, come and speak to the Scan AI team, leave a message in the comments, and reach out to them because they're experts. They deal with this all the time, from cloud to Gen AI to the local compute and remote compute. And for everything else from GTC 24, stay tuned to this channel.